Greetings from the all-knowing, all-confident Supreme Leader. I want to share with you today some of my reading materials. It's often said, if you want to judge someone on their intelligence or who they are, look what's on their coffee table or in their library. Also, you judge a man's character when adversity strikes. How does he react? How does he conduct himself? Man or woman. How do they conduct themselves when a crisis is near or they're in a crisis? So we'll get to that in a minute. So the first book that I enjoy reading is called Fake History. These are telling stories of debunking the historical tales of Joan of Arc. Also, Elizabeth Bathory, the real Countess Dracula. What else do we have? America, who got there first? So here's a fun fact for you guys. Did you know that it was Russians that discovered America first? They were wandering through whatever land it was, and they crossed over to Alaska. And that's how they discovered America. It's not written in the history books. We hear this tale in 1492, Christopher Columbus, bullshit, discovered America. That's not what happened. I can't say this book is 100% true or 100% false, but it's entertaining to read some of the stories. Pope Joan, a woman who was on a fisherman's throne. She was the only female pope. She disguised herself as a man. So that would historically be the first transgender. So if you're interested in some good reading, here's Fake History. It's a really good book. The other book, see, people think that all I read is comic books and wrestling magazines and all the other stuff. Oh, no. I'm a collector of things. So, the other book I have is called Talk Nerd to Me. This is really good because it gives a lot of facts about our earth, about our country. It talks about business. It talks about money. It talks about batteries, electricity, dinosaurs, minerals. You name it, it talks about it. And it's really good. So it talks about here diseases and healthcare. So it breaks down, diseases and our healthcare. And look at that. What do you know? That's a cash symbol. And you see that? It's talking about healthcare. So that brings me to my next book that I totally love to read. And it was a big help for me. Dr. Sebi's book, Treatment Book. This is a book on basically how to eat properly, how to heal yourself by eating properly. For those who don't know, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And it was my mission and my goal to not be stuck on medication for the rest of my life and not be jabbing myself with a needle for the rest of my life. So I read this book and it talks about curing it. It is curable with a high alkaline diet and plenty of fruits and vegetables. And what it does is it helps lower the A1C levels. And fun fact for you, mine are down 4.4%, and I lost about 10 pounds. So it's a good book. Pretty much it gives a guide to eating, how food helps the body to heal itself. Now, our body is designed to heal itself. For those who don't know, I held a license to be a massage therapist in the state of Massachusetts. So I studied the movement of blood, phlebotomy, and things, and the manipulation of soft tissues. So I started to become taking a more holistic approach. For those of you who, like me, suffer from different ailments, whether it be chronic back pain, chronic knee pain, any kind of joint pain, what I suggest is you implement turmeric into your diet. If you have pets, turmeric is good for them also. My dog had surgery, and then I looked for alternative ways, and not saying turmeric healed, but instead of a $4,500 surgery, I did a soft light treatment, and that healed him. But I introduced turmeric to my diet, and I gotta say, it's helped me in ways where inflammation is the big cause of us being sick, and pain is caused by inflammation. So my suggestion to you, to anybody who's listening, anybody who gives a shit, stop drinking soda, stop eating, cut down your fast food intake, cut down your processed deli meat intake. If it's pre-packaged, stay away from it. Go to the deli, get it cut fresh. It's not much better, but at least it's not packed with sodium and all these chemicals that help preserve the life of the meat. Turmeric, you can put in your tea, you can put in your food, you can use it as a seasoning. It's really great to help with those things. Also, I started taking beetroot tablets and K2 tablets and mushroom tablets, which affect your brain function and also to help the flow of blood. Everything is based on your blood flow and your lymphatic fluid. That word, lymphatic fluid. Lymphatic fluid is moved by the movement of your body. It's kind of like having water in a water bottle. And the more you move it, the more the fluids in your body move. It's good to know that. So that's that. Now, another book that I like to read is called Hackers. It gives the history of hackers and how hacking started. And hacking started back when it talks about hackers back in the early days. It also talks about the Trojan horse and was considered a form of malware. Now we use it as virus to, spam our computers or our phones and things like that. But it talks about Morse code. It talks about inside IBM. So here's a fun fact for everybody. If you're looking for these books, I found them at a store called Ollie's. It's in Seekonk, Plymouth, and Warwick, Rhode Island. Really good store. This book is only $2. So knowledge is cheap, right? We spend more money on the gadgets. We look at it and we rot our brains through social media. And look at me, I'm talking on social media, so that makes me kind of a hypocrite, right? Right. So, another book. I just want to say, I'm just going to hold this here for all my comic book fans. I just want to say to you, go on official record that that Mac was right. 100% right. Professor Xavier, the former leader of the X-Men, is the most self-centered, selfish, self-righteous, immoral master manipulator of all time. He has been using his powers to convince people, to push people to believe that he's this helpless cripple, and he's not. He's been using his powers to manipulate his own team, the people he calls his children. And a fun fact for you, he used to have a borderline PDF affection towards Jean Grey, who was 16 when he recruited her. So that makes you go, right? So now that I have your attention on what books I read, now I want to dig into something else. Hold on one second. What I want to do is I want to get you to think of this. Every day of our lives, every minute of our lives that we're awake, we're confronted by situations that make us feel uncomfortable. We're confronted with, whether it be at work, whether it be at home, whether it be at the grocery store, someone cuts you off on the road, right? Try this. It's like an equation, right? If work and Sally equal frustration, because Sally is someone I work with, and she frustrates me because she's just a dingbat and she doesn't know how to stay in her lane, right? So try this. Remove your feelings out of the equation, right? And then think of it like this. If I get to go to work with Sally every day, and Sally's very smart, she just doesn't stay in her lane, or she makes comments that make me feel uncomfortable, what I can do is take my feelings out of the equation and deal with the logic of it. She's knowledgeable and I have a job to do. Now, when you're dealing with family, it's a little bit harder, right? You have emotions are always involved. But if you take emotions and I feel out of the equation, it tends to make it easier to manage people who are emotionally out of control, who are emotionally unhinged. So here's a funny story for you, right? Now, I got a promotion and I was terrified. I was working in the warehouse for 15 years and I loved it. And I did not get the position that I thought I deserved. And my feelings were hurt. So I started becoming angry and anxious at work. And I tried to hide it, and it got me to the brink where I wanted to quit. So I tried to run for any job that I could take. But those jobs weren't for me. And then I was blessed with the job that I have now. And when I went into that position, I said, I'm going to learn to manage my emotions better. I'm going to learn to think in a logical standpoint. I'm going to remove I feel out of my conversations. And the minute I did that, now some of you who see me in the hallways and see me in public, and I'm always saying, good morning, how are you? Good morning, how are you? Good morning. I say it to 100 people. It does not matter if they say it back to me. It's a proper greeting because you don't know. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to get to go to work. I'm joyful that I have the position. I am thankful and joyful for the stress and well, not even the stress, because I don't get stressed about work, for the uncomfortableness of work, for the uncomfortable interactions, for the uncomfortable dialogue, for the uncomfortable conversations I may have to have, right? But I don't put emotion in it. And that I had to catch myself because a couple months ago I did feel my emotions getting involved when dealing with someone because I got so frustrated with them because I'm like, why can't you see what I'm trying to teach you to get you to be better? Hell, Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder were like, shit, we see it, but they couldn't see it. So I had to remove my emotions and the I feels out of it. And I had to look at it from a standpoint of, I'm giving knowledge, I can't make them take it. I can pour, if I have a pile of desert sand and I can pour 2 gallons of water on it, doesn't mean that it's going to absorb that water. It just means I'm pouring into it, right? And you're probably saying, what is this dingbat talking about? Think about what I'm saying. How many times did you try to help somebody? And because they didn't do what you felt they should have done, you got upset with them and you didn't want to help them because you felt a certain way. You got on that island of I feel, and I feel, right? Try not feeling. Try looking at it from a logical standpoint and look at the information that's given to you. Now, if someone that you feel that you don't want to deal with, here's something you can do. If you drive into McDonald's and at the end of the moment you decide, you know what, I don't want to eat this crap, you have a choice to drive away. When you're dealing with family, friends, even a loved one, not your children, you're stuck with them until forever, right? You're stuck with them forever. But anybody else, you have the option to say, I'm not going to let you drag me into an emotional battle with you because you're emotionally unhinged. I choose to not turn the other cheek. None of that bullshit, turn the other cheek, forgive and forget. None of that shit. I'm not talking about any of that shit. What I'm talking about is self. Looking at yourself. When you forgive somebody, it's for you to let go of that emotion. It has nothing to do with the person you forgave. So just remember that. And like I said, when you look in the mirror each day, I want you guys to remember one thing. Give yourself the thanks. Did you thank yourself today? Did you thank yourself for getting out of bed and going to work today? Did you thank yourself for doing a great job? Did you thank yourself for listening to Sally's crying and complaining for the 100th time about her boyfriend? Thank yourself for that, because that takes strength. But give yourself that. Give yourself that pat on the back. Hey, great job, man. You did it. A great job, woman. You did a great job. One other thing I want to talk to you guys about is we're in trying times now, and I get that. It's tough. It's rough. We're all with the feeling of uncertainty. We don't know if tomorrow we wake up, we don't have a job. That's not key word. Tomorrow, when you wake up, you should be thankful that you're alive. Job come and go. You can get more money. You can't get more time. Live your life filled with gratitude and thankfulness. That you try this life hack. Try, instead of saying, I gotta go to work, I get to go to work. I get to go to work, right? I get to drive this car that I may not, really enjoy, but I get to drive it. I get to eat something today. I get to see Sally and her goofy ass. I get to go to work and deal with these morons, right? I'm allowed to do that, because guess what? There's someone who wasn't allowed to do that. They are laying in a box right now. In a box. So I get it. DT Dynamite is losing his mind. I get it. I get it that armpits, and if you don't know who I'm talking about, DT Dynamite is, look at the initials, DT. I can't see the names, but it's DT Dynamite, right? And what's one thing when we were kids, right? We went outside and our parents smelt our armpits and said, you musky, right? So armpits and DT Dynamite, they're losing their ever-loving mind, right? And they're on a mission relentlessly to tear us asunder. That is their sole goal, to rip us apart, because united we are strong, right? And if we're divided, it's easy to pick us off, right? Look at any army, any form of military, police force, whatever. If you go in it by yourself against 10 people, your ship is sunk. But if you go in united and strong-willed and with the mindset of we need each other and we will stand with each other regardless of what hell or high water that comes. And I'm going to give you, and if you're not religious, please tune out right now, because I'm about to dive deep into something that we all need to hear. There's wars that we can win. There's battles that we can fight. But when we can't fight it, we should be praying to God, thank you. Thank you for giving me this trial. Thank you for sending me to war. Thank you for allowing me to go through this struggle. And God, thank you for letting me know that I am not strong enough to finish this on my own. And then bam, he's like, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of this. He ain't going to do this. He ain't going to do a la peanut butter sandwich it away. But it's coming. Help is coming. If it's your finances, right? You ask God, bless my finances, and you leave it alone. And you see he will work miracles. He will send a blessing your way. But you got to stay on that street of faithfulness. You can't stray away. You can't say, it's not happening fast enough. I'm going to go over here to I don't believe Avenue. Well, guess what? Your blessing came in Faith Street, so now it's gone. Tough luck, buddy. So I know I said this before, and I know I said this time and time again. That gratitude will get us through. And I know I said time and time again, if you feel you're tired and you feel you're weak, you can pick up the phone and call me. So I'm going to do this. My number is 508-857-7298. If you ever want to just talk, just pray, or just talk about whatever. Because Now is the time that we should be standing together. Now is the time we should be hugging our mother and our granny and our friends and family. We should be appreciating the time that we're allowed to have with them, because we're not promised tomorrow. We're not. So I just wanted to get on here and speak my piece. So for those who just came in, if you're looking for some good reading material, this one called Hackers. Really good. It talks about the history of hackers, and it talks about how Morse code started. Yes, we should band together. Absolutely. And here's another book, Dr. Sebi's treatment plan. It's a book on food, health, and if we eat properly, most of our ailments will go away. And also, too, Talk Nerd to Me. Talk Nerd to Me is a really good book. It's a lot of fun facts, and if one thing about if you want to be interesting to somebody, be interested in them. And the last one is Fake History. It's really good. I don't know if this book is 100% true, but I found it entertaining to debunk some of the things that that we hear throughout history. And it's not what you think. It's not one of those things where it's like, oh, well, we all know that. We know that Columbus didn't discover shit. He couldn't find his ass from friggin' a cantaloupe. We know that. But it talks about, it's good stuff. It talks about how Russia discovered America, how they stumbled across it when they crossed over to Alaska. So I'll say this. How you start your morning is how your day will go. And I've said this before. So for those who haven't heard it before, and if you heard it before, then hold on. When you wake up in the morning, how you start your day is like how a factory starts running. If you wake up and you say, oh man, I got to get up. I hate Mondays. I'm not a morning person, right? We've all said it, right? But now you're asking all the negative energy to be drawn to you. You're asking for any headaches, mishaps, anything that could go wrong. You're asking, hey, give me a whole lot of negative. I want it all. Give me a big old cup of it before I get my day started, right? Well, try this. I know I don't have the best of car, but at least I have a car, right? It ain't my bet. It ain't the job that I want, but I got an income coming in, right? I know I don't have the things I want, but I have the things that I need in life. And if you try that, right, the way you wake up in the morning, and I did this. I had to learn this. Don't get up in the morning and the first thing you do is check your damn phone. Whoever texts you or whatever notification on Facebook, it can wait. Try this, a breathing exercise, where when you first wake up, take a deep breath, close your eyes, and focus on the way that your blood flows through your body. Focus on your breathing, right? Calm your mind down. Focus on that. Focus on not what you have to do today, not what you're going to eat for breakfast. Not. Take 5 minutes of your time and just focus on yourself and breathe. And then once you breathe, within that 5 minutes, get a notebook. And I have one here, journal. And I write down all the things I'm grateful for. Every day. All the things I'm grateful for. So when I'm feeling, that word again, when I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm feeling depressed, or I'm feeling like I just don't want to face the day, I get my ass up and I tell myself, you get the fuck out of bed and you get your ass going, because the world is not going to sit here and let you ball up in a corner and put a blanket over you and wait for your mommy to bring you a warm fucking cookie and milk in the morning. That's not going to happen, dude. So you get the fuck up. And that's what I do. And then I do my meditation. And then I go to my journal and I write down the things I'm grateful for. And we can all name 5 things. 5 things without thought. What we're thankful for. Whether it be the smell of your coffee brewing, or whether it's your grandchildren's smiling face, or whether it's the fact that you woke up in a warm bed this morning, or the fact that, hey, I know there's one more bagel left that I can fix myself for breakfast. Or the fact it's not snowing for those of us who live in Massachusetts, right? So try that. I challenged you before and I'm going to challenge you again. Try that for 2 weeks. Just try to write down 3 things every morning that you're grateful for and see how your day goes. And if your day goes fucked up, then you message me and say, Mac, you're full of shit because it didn't work for me. And I'll say, okay, well, I'm sorry. Try 2 more weeks because it works. It does. It works. And the only reason why I'm on here is because, one, I wanted to spread the good news. And 2, because I love y'all. I do. Those people that I'm connected with and those people I talk to, I love y'all. You're my family. So it would do a disservice for me not to reach out to y'all and uplift you. So I just want you to think about that, right? Just think about what I'm saying. Listen, nothing, and I won't say that. I'm not going to take any pain. This is speaking about me because I can only speak about myself. There's nothing that the world can throw at me. There's nothing, amen to that. There's nothing the world can throw at me. There's nothing a job can throw at me. There's nothing that anybody can say or do to me that's going to make me get down. Now, if I get knocked down, that's fine. If life knocks me down, that's fine. I don't got to stay down. You know, when I first got diabetes, I cried for about an hour. And I didn't cry because of me. I cried because I had to tell my mama and my kids. And I knew what their reaction would be. They were thinking, it's the kiss of death. So that's why I cried for them. Because to me, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to take this shit laying down. I need to do what the fuck I got to do for me. But I knew my family was going to be like, oh, the kiss of death for dad. No, it's not the kiss of death. It's a wake-up call. It woke me up. It told me my fat ass can't eat chocolate chip brownies at 10 o'clock at night and drink a half a gallon of milk for dinner. Eating waffles and cereal for dinner. I cannot do that no more. That's not healthy. And that was my wake-up call. And I thank God for it. Thank you, God, for giving me that. Because I needed that to wake me up. I have too much to live for. So, try it. Try it for 2 weeks. Try what I'm saying for 2 weeks. And try this. Try less time on your phone. More time on yourself. I cut down my TV time. For those who know me, I used to be a big TV watcher. Man, I would watch TV from the time I walked through the door until the time I fell asleep with the TV watching me. But then I had to stop. And I started reading an hour a day and doing something for myself an hour a day. So if you have a business plan, commit an hour a day. Hell, you commit an hour a day to social media and no one cares. Facebook don't care about you. And I own stock in Facebook. So, hey, it don't matter if you scroll or not. The stock price is still going to grow. But invest in yourself. Because at the end of the day, no one's going to invest in you the way you're going to invest in yourself, right? So, try this. If you got a business plan, or if you got something you're trying to do, if you want to sell dinners out your house, hell, if you want to sell balls of Play-Doh, whatever, balls of yarn, knitted sweaters, socks, it don't matter. Commit. If nothing changes, it's not going to change. So give yourself an hour a day. An hour. We can all find an hour for ourselves a day. If you want to, get in better shape, commit an hour a day to learning new recipes, reading a recipe book, or a day of working out, an hour of working out, or an hour of yoga, meditation, something. Invest in yourself. Because if you don't invest in yourself, think of your body as a business, right? If you want your business to thrive, then you got to invest in that. So invest your time in yourself. You give everybody else your time, give yourself some time. Give yourself some time. Give yourself an hour a day. Okay? That's after the morning, 5 things. But when you get home from work, give yourself an hour a day to decompress from your day. And do something that you enjoy. Don't have to be go, 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 go. Shit, you didn't work 8, 10, 12 hours. You can't get yourself an hour? So, that's all I have to say for today. Like I said, I enjoy doing these things just because. I don't care how many likes I get. I don't care about none of that stuff. What I care about is getting the message out, because I feel there I go again, that word, I feel. I don't feel. What I see is, as a society, we're devolving into something that's unacceptable. As humanity, we're devolving into something else. We can't even treat each other with the common decency or the common respect to say good morning, or to hold the door for someone, or when you see someone struggling, help them. It doesn't take nothing to be kind. It's free. Being kind is free. But we're so wrapped up in ourselves and so wrapped up in what we ain't got, what we want to do, what we're going to do, and all those other things. We're too stuck in that. And we've allowed our brain to be conformed into something that's almost like a machine. We're careless. And I don't mean clumsy careless. I mean, we care less and less about people around us. We care less about people around us. Hell, we care less about our own families. When they're gone, you can't get that time back. And I'll leave you with this story. My grandmother, my granny, lived in Mississippi. Sweetest woman I've ever known in my life. And for years I was saying, "Oh, Granny, I'm coming to visit you." She said, "Okay, baby, you come on down. I'll make you some of my famous biscuits." I said, "Okay, Granny, I'm coming down." And every summer I say I'm coming. And every summer I made an excuse why. Because I was in a relationship, so I made the excuse about the relationship. And that was on me. That wasn't on my partner. And I made the excuse of, well, I don't have the money. Well, I don't have the time. Well, I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't have the time. Next week. And then my granny died. And I didn't get to see her. I didn't get to see that sweet woman's face before she died. And I'll never get that time back. You can lose money, you can get money, you can't get time. Remember that. You can't get back time. Ever. Once it's gone, it's gone. That saying to give people their flowers while they're still alive, yeah, I agree with that. Don't let tomorrow come and go and you didn't hug your mama or your children or your auntie. If you're bickering with one of your family members, what is it that is so important to you that you can't? I mean, you ain't got to agree, but at least love them and hug them and tell them, I ain't get over the bullshit you pull, but I still love you. And we still family, because when they're gone, you're going to regret that. So that's my time. So you said what book? Is it this one, Fake History? Or was it The Hackers? Which one did you want? The Hackers or the Fake History? So, yeah, try that. And if any, Dr. Sebi, it's the treatment book for health, dealing with some of the things it's dealing with is, talks about overcoming lupus, alkaline food cleansing, dealing with herpes, how to cure HIV, hair loss, things like that. It's a really good book, and they didn't. I don't think they wanted him to release that, but it's all good. So you're welcome, and thank you for tuning in. So I would just say this before I go. When you go to bed tonight, you thank yourself for your resolve to dealing with this madness that we're surrounded by. And you thank yourself for putting up with Sally's dumbass at work, or Craig being a buffoon. You thank yourself for that. But also, if you're a parent, you thank yourself for being the best parent that you can possibly be. And if you're someone's child and you have a relationship with your parent, you tell yourself thank you for being a good child, a good grandmother, a good spouse, a good husband, a good worker, a good friend to somebody. Just thank yourself for that. Try this tonight before you go to bed. Thank yourself for, 5 things. Thank yourself. And it's not arrogance. That's not what that is. It's called self-gratitude. And what it is, it's protecting your mind from negative things that want to seep in, whether it be social media or someone said an unkind word to you, or that nagging neighbor of yours is getting on your last fucking nerve with the dumb shit, right? Self-gratitude. It protects us up here because this brain of yours does not control you. You control it. Another thing that I do in the morning is when I get up in the morning, right? And if I had a restless night, what I do is I turn the water on in the shower. And before the water gets hot, I step in and I take it as cold as it is. It doesn't matter how cold it is. It's going to warm up, but I take it as cold as it is coming out the pipes in the morning. And you're probably like, I ain't doing that. I need a nice hot shower. No, you don't. It's a tool to train. You know, everyone talks about these life hacks. So here's a life hack. It's not really a hack. It works. You train your brain. When you get in that cold water, you're sending a message to your brain. Listen, when I say go, you fucking go. When I tell you to stop, you better fucking stop. So when you're keeping me up at night being restless and I tell you calm down and go to sleep, that's what you do. Because if not, tomorrow's coming is going to be even colder when I step in that shower. It worked for me. And no, I'm not insane. I'm very sane. My mind has not been clearer. And I haven't had a drink in, I don't know how long. I never smoke weed. Never smoke cigarettes. But just try it. These things train your mind to be strong enough to withstand the stress and strife that we're surrounded by. It's not easy. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But I'm confident that we can all do it. And once we become on the same accord, and once our minds are functioning at that higher level of what we're using, 3% of our brain. Once we start using 40% of our brain, just think about how we can change things in ourselves and the people around us, right? It's infectious, right? Positive energy is infectious the way negative is, right? You can be around someone and be like, oh, they're so negative, and now you become negative, right? It's like they're pouring negativity into your coffee cup and you're drinking it, right? Positivity works the same. It's infectious. And you're going to be so positive that the negative motherfuckers are not going to want to be around you at all. And that's good. Those people, I can't catch a break people. Those people, my life is so hard and I just can't catch a break, and life is so hard and life is so hard and life is so hard and life is so hard. You don't understand life's so hard. Get the fuck away from me with that shit. Stay the fuck over there. And it's so hard and no one understands me. Stay the fuck over there. I don't want to hear that. Get away from me. Don't get your negative cooties on me. I don't want it. Put them on the same island of those people like I feel. Get the fuck away from me with that. I don't care. You feel like what? You're not looking at it logically. And you being negative, keep your negativity to yourself. Because I'm all about self-love and loving each other and being positive and spreading my positivity across this country. That's what the Supreme Hydra leader does. Supreme Hydra leader. I know I'm a nut, but it's the truth. So remember that. Those people who are pouring into you and they're negative parasites, but in reverse, because instead of they're sucking the positivity out of you, but they're seeping their negative beliefs right into your mind, and they're getting you to see things from a distorted way of viewing it. So you picture this, right? You have some glasses, right? We all have glasses, right? We all have glasses. Now, my glasses are dirty. They got fingerprints on them, smudges on them from the oils that I use to hydrate my skin, right? Now, I can't see that clearly. If I read something that's not as clear to me, that's people's negative stance on life. That's people's bullshit that they want to feed into you every day. Now, if you clean those glasses, now your vision is very clear and you can see clearly. So if you not even remove them from your life, just don't tolerate their shit. And just tell them, man, listen, you can't catch a break. Go catch a break. Don't catch a break somewhere else. Because I don't want to hear it, man. I don't want to hear about you can't catch a break, man. Look, you're hurt. Aw, you tired. Aw, well, maybe go home to mommy and she'll fix you a good breakfast and she tuck you into your bed and you can go feel sorry for yourself somewhere else, because you're not going to get me to give you a pity fucking party. One thing I learned is this. If you're feeling that way and you're feeling sorry for yourself, I'm not talking shit to you. Give yourself 30 minutes. 30 minutes is more than enough to feel sorry for yourself. That's enough time to party hardy in your pity, right? Because pain only lasts as long as we want it to. You figure like this, right? In the middle of the night, you go into the bathroom, you stub your toe on the edge of the bed, right? And you're like, ooch, ow, fuck my fucking toe. And you're cussing and cussing and cussing for 10 minutes straight. Guess what? The pain's already gone. You forgot about your toe. You're more mad because it woke you up and now you can't get back to sleep. The same pity party lasts the same amount of time. It's as long as you hold on to it. Give yourself, if something happens to you, get knocked down to the ground, give yourself 15, 20 minutes to get back up and say, you know what? If that's all you got, then you're going to have to hit me hard at life because I'm not standing for it. So I give you this before I go. And, people probably saying, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, so here's some examples of me getting knocked down. I got diabetes. That knocked me down. I got up. Is that all you got? Because I can get rid of that. I can cure that. My wife left me with 4 kids. My daughter was 9 months old when my wife walked out of the house and said, I no longer live here. She knocked me down. I could have felt sorry for myself and begged her to stay, but I didn't. I got up and said, I got a job to do. My kids got kidnapped. And I was knocked down for maybe 2 weeks. I was having a meltdown because my kids were gone and I didn't know what to do. I felt helpless. But once I stopped feeling sorry for myself and I finally took a shower and finally got something to eat, I got on the offensive and I got my kids back. I fell when I was in the service and I hurt my back and it caused nerve damage in both of my legs. And they said I needed surgery for my back. I was knocked down again. I'm fine. I didn't do the surgery. I found other ways to push myself to be better and to force my mind to think clearer. So I'm not taking away from your hurt. I'm not taking away from your pain. I'm not trying to negate anything that you went through. I'm just telling you my story. So what I had to tell myself is this. When I felt at my lowest low, and I started to say, God, why me with the diabetes? And I caught myself. And I didn't say, God, why me? I said, God, open up my capacity so I can withstand more of your blessings. God, make me stronger. Make me more ferocious than my pain. Make me more braver than my fears. Make me more massive than any self-doubt, any kind of lack of confidence that I felt at that moment. I said, I got a lot on my plate, and I said, God, give me a bigger plate so I can withstand more of your blessing. That's a blessing. Me getting diabetes was a blessing because it woke me up. It woke me up to realize I need to be thankful for every day. It woke me up to gain knowledge on how to live a better, healthier life. That's what it did for me. So I got knocked down and I got up because I'm stubborn and I'm pig-headed, but I'm also blessed. And I'm grateful. So I wish you all a good night. Give yourself some gratitude tonight. Give yourself some self-love tonight. And when the morning comes, you think about how you want to start your day. You want to start your day the same way you started it yesterday, being upset and miserable and frustrated. Hey, listen, if someone cuts you off in the road, who cares? They ain't getting in no faster. Leave early. Leave 5 minutes earlier. And it won't matter if they cut you off, right? Or get you stopped at the light. You guys have a good night. And I appreciate your time, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And just so you know that love yourself the way that you gave someone else your love. And appreciate yourself the way you appreciate others. All right. You guys have a great night. I'll talk to you later. I'll see some of you in person. And those I don't see in person, I hope to see you in person sometime this year. All right. Good night.